Good evening. It is Saturday, March 21st, first day of spring, by the way. Happy vernal equinox to you all. It was a beautiful day here in Sacramento. We've been having, and by the way, we've been having some great weather. So all the people back east, sorry, but spring has sprung here. It is, what time is it? 9:51 at night. I started at 9. I got a ride. I was at home. I was debating on whether or not I was going to come out tonight or go to bed and come up early in the morning like I did last night. But I was sitting there and looked and saw there's a lot of activity. And so I was like, all right, let's see what happens. So I turned the app on, turned Lyft on, and just to see what would come up. And I got a ride that was pretty close to the house. And so I was like, all right, we'll go do this and I'll go out tonight. So here I am. I'm out tonight. I have no plan, no agenda tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to stay out for. So we'll see what happens with that. No real goal tonight either as far as earnings. Probably going to try to stay out at least until the bars close, and then I'll call it a night after that. I do have reservations and stuff lined up on Uber, but they're all after 1 o'clock in the morning, like and even up until like 5 o'clock in the morning. I know I'm not going to be up for those, so I'm going to end up canceling those here fairly soon. My intention was to go out, like start at midnight and go out like I have normally been doing, but just wasn't tired, and so decided to go out tonight. But with that, there are some things to talk about, mostly about the channel. We're going to talk a little bit about maybe some changes that are coming to the channel. Is it going to affect what you guys see? No. You may get to see some new different content because I'm working on some new stuff. But we'll talk a little bit more as the night goes on about that and everything. But in the meantime, I forget who I'm going to go pick up here, but whoever it is, we're going to go pick them up and take them towards the downtown area, which will be ideal because I think I'd like to stay down there. As you can see on Uber, it's pretty busy down there with Uber. I don't know what it looks like with Lyft, but I'm hoping that has the same kind of activity that Uber does. I'll probably just stay down there and bang around rides down there for the night and try to stay within the grid and everything as much as possible. Maybe I think I'm going to put the radius, the restrictions, geographic restriction filters on both Uber and Lyft, and try to stay within that. Well, if I put the restrictions on, I will, but stay within that area downtown and just kind of bang around down there for a while. Again, no real agenda tonight, so we'll see how this goes. But so far, 2 rides in, both of them were $10 rides, which were pretty decent, and decent dollar per mile, so it was all right. Lyft, surprisingly, paying well for some reason tonight. So kudos to Lyft. But in the meantime, we're going to go pick up whoever this is and get them to where they need to go. I'll be back. We'll talk about the channel, talk about other crazy stuff if it comes up, and we'll go from there. All right, I'll be back. Alrighty, quick update. Moving quite along well. As you can see on the screen, 6,459, just short of that $10 average. But this last ride that I just did was probably one of the best rides I've had from Lyft in a long time. This one right here for $15.59. Let's see. I went 3 miles, 3.3 miles. Pickup was right where I dropped off, so it was ideal. I mean, that's a rock solid ride right there. Well, I would have lost my lights. It's been a long time since I've had a good ride like that from Lyft, but that was solid. Can't beat that. But overall, it's been pretty good. There's a lot of people out and about, so should be pretty busy. We're just past 11 right now, so it should start to heat up here a little bit. Uber keeps throwing me reservations for the early morning hours, and I'm just letting them go. Again, I'm not going to be out that late. Let's talk about the channel a little bit. So February, as you may recall, I was driving pretty hard, pretty much almost every day, except for Sundays. And part of that was because I had a financial goal to hit, to be able to clear out some debt. I did that. So with that, that kind of frees up my time. So basically, this month, I'm not driving nearly as much as I have been up until this point in time, mainly because I've kind of accomplished what I wanted to do with the driving, and at least with the increased driving. So you'll see with the videos, and when I show you like the weeks and things like that going forward, I'm not driving as much. It's going to be mainly on the weekends, Monday mornings for sure. Thursdays definitely, because I drive into work and I like to drive in the morning and then go to work and then drive a little bit after work. That's probably going to be the longest day of me driving, so to speak. But with that comes, less opportunities for videos. So I'm trying to come up with some other ideas as far as some other content for the channel. It could be anything, thinking about maybe like a podcast and some other stuff. If there's anything that you, my viewers, would like to see in addition to the vlogs of driving, please let me know with a comment down below. We can talk more about the industry and everything that's going on, or if there's something specific, some other information out there that you're not getting and you want to know what it is, you want someone to provide that, please let me know. I'm kind of open to some suggestions here. I am thinking about doing kind of like more of like a rideshare news vlog, kind of what's going on in the industry. So I'm working on something. I'm working on that and seeing how that plays out. Mainly because I like to add some more content than just the vlogs and see what else I can do, and just kind of work it from that angle, and provide more viewing stuff for you, my subscribers, and the people that aren't subscribed that watch these videos, which you should subscribe. If you're not, just please hit that button. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on with me. Gonna peel back a little bit on the driving for right now. We'll see what happens, how long that lasts, probably for a while. And I'm gonna focus on some other things. I got some other stuff outside of driving that I'm working on, and I have a normal job too, so I'm working on that. But yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff going on, but it's the time that I was spending driving, I can spend that time doing some other things, for me, business-wise, that I really want to kind of explore. Not going to Elk Grove right now, especially around AI. I've been doing a real deep dive into AI and what it can do, and how I can leverage that for myself, and working on some stuff with that. But anyway, just in case you see in the videos that you're not seeing me drive as much, then that's basically why I'm not. But I'll still do these videos and still do the vlogs and still talk about what's going on and talk about driver strategy and everything else that goes along with that, and try to keep you up to date on what's happening. And we're gonna keep grinding away at this. I do kind of want to circle back to what I talked about last night, which was in the last video, and that is the new Advantage, the Uber Pro rewards with the Advantage mode combined now in there. I really think that's from an Uber's perspective, that is kind of their end game of forcing drivers to have to accept what they offer all the time to maintain that preference, because that preference is going to be very beneficial to the drivers that are staying in the Diamond and the Platinum, especially because if you drop down to the lower tiers, most of your stuff that you're going to be getting is going to be trip radar. So I mean, you're going to be living on the scraps that are falling down below, and it's going to be hard for a lot of drivers to sustain that. And on top of that, those rides don't count towards your acceptance rate. So if you are below the 25%, it's going to be hard to get back above that once you fall down below. And I think that's Uber's game, is to basically weed out the drivers that have really low acceptance rates, that are cherry picking all the time, to try to weed them out to get to those drivers that are accepting everything, have super high acceptance rates, and just take whatever Uber throws at them because they're not looking at the profitability of those rides. They're just looking at dollars. And I think that's their game, is to try to weed some of those drivers out and basically get drivers that are consistently available to get rides, so their wait time for passengers goes down. And that will be something that they'll probably start talking about, like in their earnings calls and things like that, is their wait times are getting lower because there's more drivers accepting more rides. And at the same time, they can drive down driver payouts because they know that in order to stay above that line, you're going to have to take those shitty rides that are paying 67 cents a mile, 70 cents a mile that you see all the time, especially the long rides. I think those long rides, 20 miles or more, I would almost imagine they're going to continue to drive that, the driver pay on that down as low as they can, especially with this new program. I just have that feeling that's what's going to happen, but we'll see what happens with it. I think it's this change in the Uber Pro thing is kind of a game changer for a lot of drivers. It's going to weed out a lot of drivers, I think, but we'll see. Just a prediction. Go on Kelsey and place a bet on that, or whatever you want to call it, whatever they call it over there. I don't play in those markets, so I have no idea. Anyway, I'm going to get back over here into the busy area with what's going on here on Lyft, and see if I can get another ride and keep this night going. I'd like to stay on the grid. Also, I noticed it looks like Lyft took away the area preferences where you can select to stay in a certain area. Either that or I'm missing it, and I don't see where it's at, which could be true. I could be missing it, but I was looking for it and I could not find it anywhere, which tells me that maybe they took it away, because I thought it was in here. Restrooms, schedule rides nearby. But it does not appear to be. Nope. Because I would like to stay just in the grid as much as possible tonight, and just kind of bounce around in there until about till 2 o'clock comes, and then if I can catch a ride that's going towards home, that would be ideal. And then just be done for the night at that point in time. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna hunt around here and see if I can find it, because I don't see it. It used to be in here, I believe, or was it in your? Because it wasn't in here. It's not in here. I think you're gonna send me that ride. No, I don't want that ride. Anyway, I'm gonna see what I can find. Yeah, I don't know where it went. Comment down below. Did they say something about taking that away, or is it just me and me not being able to find it? Let me know. I don't recall them saying anything about taking that away, but I do not see it anymore, and maybe I'm just missing where it's at right now. But I swear it used to be in that little filter thing is where you could select it, and I don't see it in there anymore. Interesting. All right, I'm going to hang out here. Or actually, I'm not going to hang out here. I'm going to move in towards the grid and see what I can find. I'll be back with another update here in a little bit, and we'll see how this night unfolds. All right, I'll be back. Alrighty, that's a wrap. Let's see, what time is it? It's almost 2 o'clock. I'm done. I just dropped someone off out here in Carmichael, and it's this nice straight shot back to get to the house. And as you can see on the screen, it's pretty dead right now out here in Fair Oaks. There's all the activity from downtown. But yeah, I'm done. Decent night. 17 trips, 145. I would have liked to have seen the $10 average, of course, which would have been a 170 night, but that's okay. I was only out, active on the app for what, almost 5 hours, a little short of 5 hours. So that's not bad. Could have been a little bit better, but not bad. Almost, what's that? Almost a $30. I don't know, whatever it is, whatever that average is. Decent, not bad. I'll take it. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I was going to say something and then I always forget. The things in there are like banging around like little neutrons and they collide into each other, and then I forget what the hell I'm going to say. I will say this. Leave a comment down below if you have any ideas of additional content maybe you'd like to see from me. And just leave comments in general. I always appreciate the feedback from everyone. And that's going to do it for me for tonight. And I will be back at it next week. And there'll be another video for then. But let's do this real quick. Let's look at my week so you can see what that looks like. There's Lyft. Let's look at Uber. There you go. What's that total? 5 something? I mean, not bad. It's not bad at all. Also have, it's also what's not counted in there, 2 private client rides. That's 110, so I had another 110 on top of that. That was for Thursday and today. Picked up a private client today. So there's 2 private client rides in there. And funny thing is, he asked me if I would go pick up his mom next week on Friday to go take her to the airport. And I was like, yeah, sure, not a problem. She's apparently very excited because she didn't realize that he's got a driver. So I guess she thinks he's big time now or something. I don't know. Whatever. But it's money in my pocket. That's all that matters. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to wrap it up here. Pretty decent night. Wow. So, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far in the video, please hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Let's get on board with some subscribers here. And thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. All right, thanks.